Welcome back, friends. Today, we will talk about Bloom's taxonomy. First, let's have a brief introduction. So, Benjamin Bloom established Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives in the 1950s. It served as a common terminology for learning objectives. Three lists are provided, including cognitive, affective, and psychomotor learning objectives. In 1956, Benjamin Bloom, with contributions from Max Engelhardt, Walter Hill, David Krathwohl, and Edward First, published a framework, Taxonomy of Educational Objectives, the Classification of Educational Goals, Handbook 1, Cognitive Domain. It was named after Benjamin Bloom, the chairman of the committee of educators that developed the taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy enabled teachers to think structured about how they question students and deliver content. Bloom and his collaborators devised a framework that encompassed 6 major categories. First, knowledge. Second, comprehension. Third, application. Fourth, analysis. Fifth, synthesis. Sixth, evaluation. Now let's begin with the first level, which is knowledge level. At this level, the teacher attempts to determine whether the students can recognize and recall information. It involves recognizing or remembering facts, terms, basic concepts, or answers without understanding what they mean. It involves knowledge of specific terminology and specific facts. The ability to deal with specific conventions, trends, sequences, classifications, and categories. An understanding of the universals and abstractions in a field, such as principles and generalizations, theories and structures. We can understand better with the examples like: what countries took part in the War of 1812? Name 3 common varieties of rice. The next level is a comprehension level. The goal of this level is for students to be able to arrange or, in some way, organize information. It involves demonstrating an understanding of facts and ideas by organizing, summarizing, translating, generalizing, describing, and the main ideas. Let's have a look at the example. The author of Easy Handbook on NTA Net Paper 1 points out the critical facts. Describe in your own words the facts that the author pointed out. Summarize the identifying characteristics of a good teacher. The third level is an application level. The teacher uses abstractions to describe particular ideas or situations at this level. It involves applying existing knowledge to solve new problems. Facts, techniques, and rules are applied. Prior knowledge should be used to solve problems, identify connections and relationships, and put them into practice in new situations. Some examples are: what would be the chances of influencing a change in students after reading the Easy Handbook on NTA Net Paper 1? Would Easy Handbook on NTA Net Paper 1 help you pass the exam with good marks? The next level is an analysis level. Teachers at this level start to examine elements and relationships between elements or the operating organizational principles underpinning an idea. Analyzing data entails breaking it into parts. Analyzing how they relate to each other. Identifying factors or motivations. Making inferences and finding evidence to support generalizations. In brief, it is an analysis of elements, an analysis of relationships, and an analysis of organization. Some examples are: compare and contrast these books and examine which ones have the highest benefits. Describe how the population contributed to unemployment in India. The fifth one is the synthesis level. In this level of instruction, the teacher is helping students put together conceptual elements into a new plan of operation or develop abstract relationships. Synthesis involves putting diverse elements together into a structure. It also refers to putting parts together to form a whole or bringing pieces of information together to create a new meaning. Unique communication is created when parts come together to create a whole. Creating a plan or setting forth a proposed course of action. Derivation of a set of abstract relations. Let's have a few examples. Use your choice of ingredients to turn an unhealthy rice pudding recipe into a healthy one. Compare the health benefits of the ingredients you chose to the original ingredients. Formulate a hypothesis about the reasons for India's high rate of unemployment. The last one is evaluation level. The teacher helps students understand how concepts and facts are logically consistent or illogically derived at this level. It involves presenting and defending opinions based on the evaluation of information, the validity of ideas, or the quality of work based on criteria. Facts are judgments in terms of internal evidence, judgments in terms of external criteria. Some examples are: which kinds of rice are suitable for making a pudding, and why? Was it an ethical decision to trial the war criminals and subsequently put so many of them to death in the Ukraine war? In 2001, another framework was published, which was the revised taxonomy. In 2001, a team of cognitive psychologists, curriculum theorists, and instructional researchers, and testing and assessment specialists published a revision of Bloom's taxonomy with the title, A Taxonomy for Teaching, Learning, and Assessment. In the new taxonomy, two dimensions are presented: the knowledge dimension and the cognitive dimension. There are 4 levels of the knowledge dimension. They are factual, conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive. There are 6 levels of the cognitive process dimension. They are remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, creating. Initially, Bloom's taxonomy allowed teachers to categorize questions and content at different levels. Teachers can now see the relationship between and among the content objectives and examine how that material should be taught and assessed. So that's all for today. In our next class, we will talk about Dale's cone of experience. So, do not miss. You only have to subscribe to our channel to get the videos. Thanks for watching.